You're going to do the beanie the whole time?
I was thinking about it.
You look very like Christmas elfish with the ears kind of like, because the beanie are making the...
Are you ear shaming me?
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. Hey, we have show dates if you want to come see us live. You can see Zack Chapaloni the 28th and 30th of this month, April 20, 2002. 2002. Nope. It's not even close to right.
They're just writing down. What is he saying?
2022, April 28th and 30th, he'll be in San Francisco. Then May 12th to 14th, he'll be in Sacramento. You can catch him at the Glendale Room, which I'm assuming is in Glendale, June 19th. And then June 22nd to 25th, he'll be at the San Francisco Punchline. The 22nd is, of course, the co-headline date with myself, if you'd like to see both of us. You can also see me in Minnesota coming up May 13th and 14th. I'll be in Oakland, May 20th and 21st. I'll be down here at the Nightcap, May 27th. Fresno, California. Ooh.
Where it all started.
June 15th, which I will probably cancel. But no, I'm totally down to go to Fresno. And then, June 22nd, Punchline. And then I'll be there the whole weekend headlining some shows. So check us out, HesbyStreetPod.com. You can also see Zack every Wednesday and Sunday in Culver City at Citizen Public Market. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube, patreon.com/HesbyStreet for a bonus episode every Friday. Those are the real ones. Those are the real good ones where we say, this is where we offend people. That's where we call comics out. You know, you listen to the normal podcast, you're going to hear pro Jeff Dean stuff all the time. You want to hear anti Jeff Dean stuff? Patreon.com/Hesby Street. Start the pod.
I love how you pronounced Fresno with the perfect out-of-towner accent, where you let out a huge sigh before you said this. That's how you know you're from out of town.
It's one of those shows he's hit me up a few times to headline, and I'm just like, I can't. And then I finally was like, fine.
Yeah.
I can't say no 3 times.
And I love that you're letting people know how juicy the Patreon episodes have gotten.
Yeah, they get juicier.
Names are getting dragged through the mud.
It's one of those things, like, if either of us ever make it on Saturday Night Live, we immediately delete the entire Patreon page.
Yeah.
Which I probably shouldn't say, because now the patrons are like, well, we got to download these.
I'll screen grab it.
I got to screen grab them.
The transcription?
Well, they're videos, though.
But you can transcribe and then screen grab that?
No, you can download videos.
Oh, okay. Don't do that, though.
Don't. You can't.
Guys, please.
Come on.
We drag so many names through the mud that there's honestly no mud left. It's all names. It's just a fucking...
Now they're just getting dragged on this, like, dry concrete, and then it's scrapey.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's like...
it's raw.
I don't know if you know what Vlad The Impaler's kingdom looked like. I saw a story about this. His kingdom was... Everyone was so impaled. How impaled were they? Just right through the body. No,
I wonder if he got tired of it.
He made
like I must impale again.
I imagine he must have gotten exhausted. It was a forest of sticks in the ground with fucking enemies impaled.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that. It was
a forest.
So he was like, he was just buried in impaling. She's like, I got it. What are you doing today? I have all day I must impale.
Dude, on the last days, like, is this even going to matter? Like, someone's going to see this, right? But the Byzantine
love
army...
what you do, but like, at some point it gets monotonous.
I hope it gets out there. I hope I'm like, I better be fucking timeless. And then he's just seeing all this blood drinking, like, cape stuff. He's like, cape? Blood drinking? I did none of these things.
Focus on the impaling.
Impaling! I'm the forest of human dead bodies, guys. So the
people don't realize I also have to do so much paperwork. So it's like I have to do this all day and then make time for the impaling.
I have to check the tax. I'm like, these guys haven't paid taxes. Oh, that's right. They're in quadrant D. Very organized forest of dead bodies. No, but
then you wonder what you're doing to the environment. You know?
Yeah.
So you have the conspiracy theorists say we need the trees.
But my advisors are telling me the planet is in a constant state of change.
Anyways, I impaled them, so I can't even like ask them for more info.
And when his last words were, the science is there.
It keeps me up at night. Is he right?
Like, I wish he didn't say that. I wish I impaled him 2 seconds earlier.
All right.
But the Byzantine army came to be like, dude, you're fucking up like too much.
Yeah.
And we're coming to kill you. Mm-hmm. And they rode in for like what I imagine was like a day or a weekend through the forest. And like as they're getting closer, they're like,
we should turn
I got a weird feeling in my stomach. I mean, I counted 1 million. Did everyone count 1 million?
I can't count that high.
Well, guys, like I had my head down. I thought it was all trees back there.
Yeah.
And then I looked. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was wondering why it got so silent. We were singing songs, we were chanting, and then all of a sudden,
I assume we were just all in thought at the same time. You know, sometimes you and your boys are just.
Yeah,
kinda...
I gotta work on my posture. I gotta walk head up because that was bleak.
Yeah, and they just turned back. They just turned back.
Did they really?
Yeah.
They're just like, we're out.
Dude, this place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So Russia's always been rough.
I mean that.
But he didn't have nukes.
That was Wallachia, which I think is a part of Russia.
Sure. His name's Vlad. I just made him Russian. Was that not right?
No, it's pretty much right.
Okay.
But he's like revered in the area that was Wallachia, which I can't remember which country it is now. But they're like super because I think he stood up to the big guys, but they're like he did some cancelable things for sure.
What, the impaling is not good?
Nobody's perfect. You want to make an omelet? You know what you have to do.
Impale.
You have to impale a few eggs. Hot start to the ep.
Hot start. I was up in the Bay this week. You're going up this week.
I'm going up this week.
I was there last week. I did great shows. Friday night, I did Santa Cruz Greater Purpose Brewing.
Oh, how was it?
It was fun.
I love it there.
Right before I went up.
Shout out DNA.
DNA right before I went up said, I don't want to put pressure on you, but Zack crushed when he was here. And I was like, God damn. Because, I'm going up there. I'm going to have fun.
Right.
I'm going to try new things. I got a long set. And then I was like, it worked. I had a better set because he said that. I was like, all right, love it. A material only, bro.
Keep raising that bar, baby.
Yeah.
That's why I work so hard. Is to make
to make me better.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, it worked.
Because I can't tell you to be better. I have to just go out there and lead by example.
Yeah.
And then usually when I leave and they pay me, I go, tell him what you saw tonight.
As soon as he said it and walked away, I took my notes out and was like, no.
That ain't going to work.
Started putting arrows, so I go put that there. Yeah, it was one of those shows where...
you're like, sorry, my mom's from America.
And then I immediately regretted it because I had a good set.
Yeah.
And then I had to talk to fans after. I feel like we complain about this a little too much, but talking to crazy people after the show is one of my least favorite things in comedy.
Yeah.
And like I was talking to one guy, and then I got saved from that guy by another guy who turned out to be more crazy than the first guy. And then I'm looking at the other comics, and they're not helping. There's that look in their eye. Like at some point, they were just kind of like waved goodbye, drove home. Even DNA.
Oh,
the show runner producer's like, I gotta go, see you, man. And I'm like, help me.
Who do you think you are? Me?
Yeah. I felt like you. Yeah, that's how, like, I'm usually, you know me, I'm usually pretty good.
Yeah.
At being like, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're
but
the best
they
at
had that one guy had the crazy eyes, man. Like, I've never been like, hey, can someone walk me to my car?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz, man. Keep it weird.
And then, not to like keep tooting our own horns. Is that the saying?
Yeah.
I did a show in Petaluma on Sunday.
Oh, no, that's the same for jerking each other off. Yeah.
Not to keep jerking us off.
Oh, okay.
I did the show in Petaluma, and after the show, this guy came up to me. He's like, hey, I came because like I'm a fan. I'm like, oh, that's cool, And then he said, he started going into like, you really helped me through a dark time. Like your comedy helped me through a dark time. And I just want to thank you. Like, I really appreciate you. I'm like, oh, like I've never had that. I've had fans. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But then he said, so like you're from Denver, right? And at this point, I realize he thinks I'm Sam Tallent.
Oh, I thought Brent Gill.
Because Sam Tallent headlined the month before.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, I said no. I was like, oh no, I'm not from Denver. I wish I had just pretended to be Sam Tallent.
Sam would
for
have
a second.
appreciated
Yeah,
that.
just be like, yeah, man, Denver's great. Whatever you need this night to be, because you're sad. He was so sad, but like happy. Like I want it to be that.
Oh my God. I wish that happened that way and word would have traveled and Sam would have texted you like, thanks for holding it down for me back there. You're going to be like his Saddam body double.
Yeah. To this guy's credit, as soon as I said no, I've never even done comedy in Denver. Not only have I not, I mean, I've been to Denver pre-comedy.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah. No, you're still totally the guy I thought you were. No, he didn't say that. Like, But he was saying like, yeah, I must have thought that for some other, but everything I said before was real.
Oh,
I was
that
like,
sucks.
okay, man.
Yeah. You were good tonight.
Yeah.
It's also like Sam's a large man, and you're like...
We don't really look the same.
You're skinny.
No, yeah.
You're like, you've lost a ton of weight.
No, I think it was just like a ton of weight.
I think you've lost a ton
how
of
fat
weight.
was I?
Like back in our old pod episodes?
Yeah, I got a little fat.
I didn't notice until I look back at the old videos.
Well, I mean, that was like, we all got a little fat during COVID.
Dude, this is not an attack on you.
Okay. Well, it's just like...
You being healthy now?
This is the problem. People talk about how good I look.
And that hurts your feelings?
It doesn't hurt my feelings. It upsets me because like I know I'm headed back to where I was.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
That's everyone's way of saying you can't go back.
Some people are like, you look really good. And I'm like, and then a year goes by and I gain the weight back. And then I'm like, how do I look now? How do I look now?
Fine.
Yeah?
Sleepy?
Because I know what you said 30 pounds ago when you were like, God, you used to be gross. Yeah?
They're begging you to stay this way. People are like, you look great.
I love food.
I know, me too, man.
It's
especially junk food.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I had pizza because we're doing the weight loss challenge, but I had some pizza.
Yeah. Dude, Elizabeth was like, hey, I'm stopping to get burgers. Should I not get you one because of your weight loss challenge thing? And I'm like, hurry home with it. Get it and hurry.
Well,
if I eat it earlier,
it's a different weight loss challenge because last one we did was 4 weeks. You can't have cheat days.
Right.
This one, 10 weeks. You can't not have cheat days.
And the stakes are lower. Well, for the first few weeks.
Yeah, the 10-week one's more expensive, but yeah, no shirtless calendar, which we still have a few of.
Yeah, one.
They're not on the website anymore. You gotta like straight up direct message us.
You gotta find us at a show, honestly.
We don't bring them to shows.
And give us your address. You gotta first of all trust us,
and then we'll send it to you for free. Yeah. We just want you to seek it out.
Yeah, we're a treasure hunt.
Yeah,
we're like you found us, like Ready Player One. You found the last Easter egg.
What should we sell? Maybe we should ask the Hesbos. Like, so we're doing this punchline show. We're gonna start doing some live shows together. Hopefully,
I'm
pod
so excited
stuff.
for this. Yeah.
What merch do you guys want? We were thinking corduroy hats.
Yeah, corduroy hats are in. Dad hats are kind of out.
Posters.
Oh, a poster, like a good looking.
I don't want to do shirts because I don't want to lug stuff around.
No.
And then you got to be like, I'm out of smalls and mediums. I have 3 XLs, one left.
Yeah. I don't anything with sizes.
I don't want to do stickers. I think that's lame.
What about socks? Those are kind of one size fit all.
But then socks, it's like you're not really getting your brand out there.
Yeah. What about condoms?
Condoms would be, but I don't support that.
Because then people are like, he just left. I woke up.
I guess I'll look at this podcast.
He goes, "You want to understand me? Hang on to that." And she's gonna be like, "Whoa, everything is nothing."
Do you think it's true? I've heard these stories. Maybe this is too graphic, but like celebrities will like poison their used condoms.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that's real?
Yes. That is real.
And they put like what? Do they put like hot sauce or lime juice?
Drake went viral recently for the hot sauce story. Or his hot sauce story. He is constantly viral, I guess.
But if it's... See, this is why... Because I remember this.
Yeah.
This is why I don't think it's true. So, if you don't understand, celebrities are worried that women are going to take the used condom and impregnate themselves with the cum. But how do you not know that there's hot sauce in it? Hot sauce is red.
It could be dark. There's white hot sauce. There is white hot sauce.
So you think he's buying white? But why would you buy white hot sauce?
But also, like,
he's I want her to burn. Okay. Then it gets vindictive.
Okay. It probably wasn't white hot sauce. I will concede that loss. But I feel like when you're like grabbing that condom and putting it back in, if there's a few drops, you're not like, all right, let's see the sample first. You're just grabbing that one condom in the trash and sticking it up there.
Like toothpasting it into your...
I think inside out, maybe, like fingering yourself with it. I mean, now that we're this graphic, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean Kemp,
basketball player,
retired basketball player, several illegitimate children, has a kid from that.
Fascinating.
Hooked up with a woman, threw the condom in the trash, left. She grabbed the condom.
I would raise that kid. I'd be like, this person wants to be with me.
I hope he did, yeah.
No, I mean, I would just marry that woman.
Oh,
like, you won, crazy lady.
But what about, like, woman number 8? You're like, look, it's a chronology thing, babe. We have to get a divorce now. I have to marry...
I set this precedent.
I have to marry... This is going to sound terrible. Woman number 8. I don't know even her first name.
Do you think...
we'll get that famous? Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll get woman number 8 famous.
Can't wait.
Sad thing is we're also going to be child number 8 famous, which...
That's fine. I think I'd be a good dad. You don't think so?
Well, I mean, like, they say a kid is expensive. 8?
8 kids.
And they're expecting you to, they're all expecting you to be the money train?
When you're 8 kid celebrity, you're more like a cool uncle than you ever are a dad. You show up when you're in town. I imagine they're all over at different towns.
It's cool when you're in town. Yeah. They're going to resent you, though.
Totally. But they're going to resent... Every kid resents every parent. Except for my mom and dad, who I love unconditionally.
Damn, they listen to the pod, huh?
Yeah, they do.
That's
sometimes.
Cool. Yep. My parents... Okay, were your parents excited when you told them we were headlining Punchline? We're like, that's fucking sweet.
Yes. My dad's a big fan. Did I tell you the story? So... I had to go to Vegas to do a show, so I missed opening day of the Padres game. And so my brother texted him like, hey, Torio got a show in Vegas, so do you want to go on Thursday? Meaning, do you want Torio's ticket to the Padre game on Thursday? But my dad got like pumped and thought he was going to Vegas to see the show.
Oh my God.
I think he really likes... I think he's a big fan.
Dude, that is... You're going to make me angry cry.
I know, dude, because your dad's not... But my dad will adopt you.
No, but I gotta stick with my dad.
And then you got to
because that's what makes my mom
proud.
Fucking weird.
We can build a van together, the three of us.
Oh my God!
You know,
my dad doesn't know how to build shit.
Van Grol and Sons. Start the company finally. You could be Sons.
Is it okay if I call it Chapaloni and Dad and brother? I'm also a narcissist at the end of the day. Chapaloni and foster dad and foster bro.
No, my dad likes you. Like when the Rams beat the Niners.
Yeah, he was sad for me.
No, he said, tell Zack to suck it.
That means he likes me?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I love that.
Does that not mean he likes you?
It might.
He acknowledged that you're Niner fandom, and he's a Rams fan.
Oh, okay. Then that's okay. Yeah. I thought he had no dog in the fight and was
I mean, my mom's a big Rams fan. My dad's kind of just...
Cheers along
with... He became a Warriors fan with me.
Oh, I love that.
He's just... he's loyal to his fan.
He's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy to just get on board.
He'll be a Niners fan once he adopts you.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, it's so cool because people don't know about our family situations that much. And they always ask, like, how do you get into such a successful podcast? And I think they don't realize, and we should tell them, like, we both come from kind of opposite sides of the podcast tracks. Like, you grew up in a podcast empire family.
That's true, yeah.
Your Nona, your No-No?
My Nani and my Nano.
Yeah.
They started Cucina Italian Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was the original podcast.
Yeah.
About it. It started off as Italian Kitchens. That's how I got the name. It turned into basically just a podcast reaction podcast to just gross videos. A lot of pimple popping, things like that.
They got to ride the wave.
Yeah, they got to. That's what the people wanted.
Right.
So that's what my Nani and my Nano.
They want to see a horrified Nani and Nano.
Yeah, and then they used that podcast money to start PayPal. Them and Elon Musk and a couple other guys started PayPal. And then they retired the podcast because at that point it's like we're done watching pimples pop.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then a lot of the family followed.
How proud were they of you?
They were very proud.
So my upbringing was kind of different. Like I grew up kind of on the wrong side of the tracks, like close to the third rail where it can electrocute you.
Right.
Under a bridge, rats. Yep. And I every day was a fight. Was a literal fist fight. I fist fought rats.
I know. There's it's crazy that there's like home video footage of it.
I know.
Your dad would just tape it and then sell those bootleg tapes,
Right.
To what I would have thought would have been for like cans of beans or like something to fight off the rats.
No,
but in fact, it was
money to gamble on the rat fights again. Yeah. He was a gambling addict, and that's okay. You know, we all had our vices.
But it's just like
my vice. I needed food every day.
The fact that he always bet on the rats. And you kept winning. Made for such a weird family dynamic. Well, Papa, bet on me, please.
I know, but he always would say the rats are due.
The rats were
due. Every streak has to end.
But to his credit,
yeah,
because Devil's Advocate, he never told you to throw the fight.
No.
Even though it would have fed the whole family.
Well, the mob was involved, and at that point, you don't throw a rat fight when the mob's watching. Oh, God. But I was into trouble, man. As a fighter, they don't care about your well-being. I was into junk. I was sticking junk up my nose.
Yeah.
Just any kind of anything. I was sticking just the debris under the road.
I watched the documentary.
So the cool thing was one day my rap fighting and junk nose lifestyle caught the Mama, the Nano and Nani podcast.
Yep, and they introduced me.
And they wept at watching it. But then
they're very caring and sensitive.
Yeah. Right. And one of their patrons was a super wealthy man, never had kids. Mm-hmm. Came to the tracks, found me, became my benefactor.
Yep.
Got me into stand-up comedy.
Right.
And he was like, look, open mics are rough. And I'm like, nothing is more rough than screaming your dad's name for help while rats are pummeling you.
Punching you.
Yeah, like close fist rats. When people
it's not the rats' fault.
No.
They're brought up in this violent upbringing as well.
They have rat brains.
Yeah.
They have no moral
They're
qualms.
Just trying to survive.
To this day, when people show me, like, look how crazy New York is, and it's a rat holding a whole slice of pizza, I'm like, fuck that rat, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, kill it.
Well, also, they only know you as the guy that punches the shit out of rats.
Right. I guess in some cultures, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then he funded my comedy career, bankrolled it. I'm super grateful for him.
Yeah. I mean, he paid for this plant.
That's right. He got this plant.
Yeah. And then he tragically passed.
He passed, left me nothing.
Because but
he
that's
knew
for
it
the
would
best.
ruin me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew I would spend it all on rat fights. Because I knew the business so well.
He left you plant.
He left me a plant. So yeah, it's just cool that we crossed paths and got in. People always say like, God, you guys must have started from scratch. We didn't really start from. We did have help.
We had lots of help.
Along the way.
In my case, it was the podcast money.
It was a family of podcasters.
Yeah.
That just kind of knew.
People don't realize it's not just the insane financial support I've been given.
Yeah.
It's also just like the advice.
Yeah. Right.
You know? It's like Steph Curry. If he goes through a slump, he can just call Del Curry.
Yeah, right.
One of the greatest shooters. I can just call Nani and Nano.
Yeah. Well, like, what are you seeing? What do I need to work on?
What do I got?
Should we team up with a brand for advertising? And they say no.
They'll say no. And they'll be like, listen, the intro's got to be tighter.
Intro's got to be tighter.
You can't just say, oh, I'm going to be in Minnesota in May. We need the dates.
Right.
Specific dates. Calls to action.
Right.
They say.
That's a big one. Merch.
Merch.
Yeah. We asked them if our podcast should be about anything in particular, or should we prepare ever? No. Hard no.
They're like, never prepare.
Which is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
It's groundbreaking advice.
It is. It's
some Gary V shit.
Yep.
So shout out Nano and Nani.
Yep.
For giving me a chance. You know, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I'd still be sticking junk up my nose.
I wasn't sure.
Right. You're like, this guy smells like rat shit.
Mm-hmm. Because people don't realize this is that we have these bright lights.
Yeah.
That you would cower.
Right.
When we would turn the ring light on.
I did,
and you would just kind of shake violently in the corner for half hour, Mm-hmm. And it's like, we got a job to do.
Right.
You know.
And I'm screaming, cut me, Mick.
Right.
Don't send me back out there.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it was ugly for a while.
It was ugly for a while. But here we are, a year and a half in, thriving.
I've learned to, I've learned to adapt.
Get there. You got this. Adapt.
Yeah, I just, part of me,
Where are you right now, dude?
I just feel like, deep down, I'll always just be a rat fighter, I guess.
We can't do this again, man.
I know.
We paid for a lot of rehab.
You're right.
And if you keep relapsing.
I know. No, I'm off the junk.
I don't care, but are you fighting rats? Be honest. How many rats did you fight this week?
Look, if they cross the threshold of my home or my office, that rat's getting punched to death.
You don't have an office. All right.
Now I have to get finger knuckle tats that say Rat Slayer. But I don't think the letters add up. So
I think Rat Slayer could be dope merch. And just your face with that beanie on.
And just me fucking boxing. And like a degenerate dad in the corner. Paying a giant rat.
It's complicated merch.
People are like, what is that? That'd be a fire poster. Yeah, so if anyone knows a good artist that's willing to do whatever we ask them.
Yeah, totally. I'd like it to be on a volcano.
Yeah.
I know that's not where you did your rat fighting, but like...
I was on the wrong side of the tracks near the third rail under the overpass.
But let's upsell it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Because volcano is just cool.
Dude, speaking of like sleeping in random parts of a street. This morning, I walked Elizabeth to her car because she had to get up at like 3:30 a.m., 3:45. She had to leave at like 4 a.m. for work.
Damn.
And she's like, it's sketch out there at this hour.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, it's not that bad. And it was hot and the windows are open. And I just hear people like, ah. I'm like, okay, I'll lock you out. So
you just heard a man growling.
And then I hear like a huge like crash.
I don't understand why this city is so great.
I hear a huge crash.
Like cars?
It sounded just like something like being dropped from really far away. Or maybe onto a car. I wasn't sure. So we walk out and Elizabeth goes, you see that? And our next door neighbors have that dumpster that's surrounded by a really high spiked fence. A guy had climbed it and I think jumped from the top of the fence
into the dumpster?
Into the dumpster to sleep. And he had like a dog bed as a pillow.
And it sounds like the dumpster wasn't full.
No, it was.
So he went straight into metal.
All you could see poking out was like top of his head in the dog bed.
Damn.
And Elizabeth goes, "You see that?" And I go, "What is that?" And she goes, "It's a person." And I go, "What? Did someone throw him away?" She's like, "I think he's sleeping." But I go, "How did he get in there? It's like a 5-foot drop."
Right, he jumped.
I mean, I've needed sleep bad, but
dude, it's such a tricky thing to talk about, homelessness.
We have an alley next to our that a lot of people sleep in.
Right.
And I know people said like got to get out of here, but
he wants that full 8 hours. He wants the privacy.
Guess. Yeah, it is tricky to talk about.
It's sad. I was walking with a friend.
Yeah.
Cuz San Francisco's it's just like super rampant there. So much homeless.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the guy asks you for money and I just kind of at this point it happens so often. I'm not proud of it, but I just kind of ignore him.
Yeah.
And then my friend goes, I don't have anything to offer you, but I hope you have a great day. Right? Like that's her. And then she's like, you have to acknowledge them as people. It's nice. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But also like, you don't have to acknowledge as people, everyone else.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's a tough one.
It's like he's not going to have he's not going to go have a good day because you said have a great day. You denied him the only thing that could have given him a great day.
Some people are nice, good people,
I just don't know what the right thing is.
Right. It's a case-by-case basis. I was in Chicago and the guy was like, my man, I need $1. He's this giant loud guy, middle of the day. I'm like, dude, here's $1. And he's like, I need $5. And he's just shouting. I'm like, can I have my $1 back, dude? Like, if I knew that you were going to yell at me more. One girl's like, it was like one of the Hate Street homeless people. And for those of you who don't know, the Hate Street homeless population, I don't know about now, but back in like the 2010s, it was like known for like kids in Marin who just sort of like running away from home.
Rich kid. You could tell they had like a golden retriever.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were real drug addicts too.
Yes.
That's the thing is like, it's easy to shit on them because they came from wealth, but like their life wasn't great.
No,
either.
Absolutely not. Just because you come from money, I've certainly seen that. But like some of them are very abrasive, because it's like that's their playground kind of. So it's like, what's up, man? Give me, you got a few bucks? And I'm like, no, sorry. Don't be sorry, dude. Don't be fucking sorry. And I'm like, I'm not actually.
What do you want me to say? Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. This is what I mean. The earbuds, really,
Yeah.
Really need it if you're walking around the cities.
But that's the downfall of society.
Because we just stopped talking.
We got to hear each other. We got to hear each other's cries.
Oof, man. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But also, like, it is easier to just ignore everything, right? Like Putin just tested nukes.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, but
a lot of people don't even
surprise me.
Yeah, nobody's talking
Hasn't
about
he always been testing them?
Probably, but I mean, it's just like, okay.
Now he's like, we tell them.
Okay, but he like detonated one.
Fuck.
Yeah, just to make sure he still can.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's scary, yeah.
And it's like, when is Ted Lasso coming out?
I actually, personally, this is very vulnerable. I hated my dad when he was like, I didn't think he was an addict, and he got like robbed by a bunch of like drug addicts he was hanging out with for like that like few weeks, like a month or two of like me trying to track down the people that robbed him, thinking he was just a nice guy that got screwed.
Right.
I was like, nuke the Tenderloin. I was like so mad that someone like beat him within an inch of his life, stole everything in his apartment.
Right.
That I was like, every person I was like, hey man, let me get a few bucks. I'm like, I'll kill you. I'm going to put on a Batman outfit and fucking kill you. And that's not healthy.
No.
But I watched a recent news thing on like, how does San Francisco solve this? You know, and they built these areas. They call it link. Oh my God, something like linkage. But it's basically like a chain link fence that's like tarped over, and you can go in and basically do drugs.
Right. Amsterdam.
Yeah. And there's some addicts that are like, I'm never going to get better. Because every day I wake up, it's like, what do I want to do today? It's like, well, we can go to that cage area and like do heroin all day. And then there's some drug addicts who were able to kick it that were like, this didn't help anyone.
Right.
You know, like I would just like, I'm looking at addicts that I was in their same shoes, and I'm like, dude, you can't go in there. Stop this from being a thing.
So you're saying we shouldn't legalize all drugs?
I don't think so. I mean, because like people have, I think legalizing all drugs is a really callous way to deal with like human condition.
I don't think any addict is going to get better unless they want to get better.
Yeah.
And I don't think people want to get better just because they get arrested for it or they don't have access to it.
Agreed. That's why.
So I don't know if that's, I don't agree.
But
I think it should all be
feel
legalized.
like as if I was a parent and my teenager was like, out and they were like, it's legal, you know? And I'm like, I told you don't, you know? And they're like, but it's legal. And but now like addiction takes a hold of you once you let it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole I mean, yeah, drugs and homelessness. It's such a, I don't know how to solve it. Yeah. We're not going to do it on this podcast, but we can do the Russian accent again.
Okay.
And maybe that'll be funny.
Okay. Impale them?
No.
It's a source of treatment. You see someone get impaled, you clean your act up.
Tiny, it's more like acupuncture. Tiny impales. Just to release the titch.
What if Vlad invented acupuncture?
He's like, I was just trying to get better at it.
He's like, so from my studies, if they're big, it hurts really bad and kills you. But if it's teeny tiny, wow, it feels so good. It feels good.
Yes, so like,
and the bigger you get, you're like, a little bit.
But sometimes hurt good, if that makes sense.
Good.
But then other times, it kills.
Other times, if it's a tree, yeah, that's not. It's not gonna feel good.
You don't want to go all the way through. I've learned.
But you can't generalize. There was one guy that was like, "Wow, this is fucking hot," and I was like, "Did I hear him right?"
This isn't what that's about.
He's all the way up on the tree. He couldn't have said, "This is fucking hot." He said, "That's what I'm talking about."
All right, you ready to
end this thing on a banger?
Yeah,
okay. I have a good banger to end it on.
Okay, what we got?
So, I went and did a show, a Don't Tell comedy show, one of my favorite.
Oh, the camp show.
In the desert.
Love Don't Tell. We've said this before. Don't Tell comedy. It's in every major city.
Yeah, join the mailing list.
Go to your area. Just go to don'ttellcomedy.com. Go see a show.
Yeah, it's so fun. So this one we went to was a campground in the middle of nowhere, an hour plus outside of San Diego. Right. So it was like a 3.5 hour drive.
By the Mexican border, I heard.
It was right at the border.
Yeah.
It's like no man's land.
Right.
Pretty sure we've tested nukes there before. So you drive out, and it looks kind of like Joshua Tree, just big boulders, desert.
Deserty, yeah.
Massive campground.
It'd be funny if you just saw immigrants just walking past. You're like, oh,
we might
show?
Have.
We'll stay.
Might have. Half of the population of this campground that's been around forever is a nudist colony.
Oh, okay.
The other half, a motorcycle gang that's older than the Hells Angels.
Love it.
Their names.
Wait, so they like live here?
I mean, maybe
like
they were there for just a meeting. I think the nudists live there.
Okay.
The motorcycle gang, it was like maybe a retreat.
I love they coexist.
Yes. Well, it was funny.
Stay on your side. You can be naked. Just
they
stay on
actually
that side.
loved each other.
Oh,
like, great. I think some motorcycle gang guys were like, I think I'm a nudist.
Yeah.
I want to take this vest off.
Right.
The motorcycle gang's name, the Booze Fighters.
Okay.
Which everyone assumed meant they were sober. I guessed it meant they get drunk and they fight. I was right.
Yeah.
But they are older now.
Sure.
So they said now it is kind of like, all right, let's cut back on the booze. That's what we're fighting.
Right.
So we get to the last portion.
Never not fighting.
Right. We get to the last portion of people who are new, and they've bought the entire place. They own it now.
So this isn't like a campground that you can like rent a campsite.
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay.
So, but the guys who own it, basically, you pay them rent.
Got it.
They run the office, and it's like straight out of a cheesy movie or TV show about like techies taking over a campsite.
Right.
It's just drugs, AstroTurf, outdoor kitchen.
Which we wrote once, by the way.
I know, we did write that as a pilot. It was like we were in our show.
Yeah.
So funny. Emily was with us, and I didn't even think about like, oh, this is a show we wrote. So they're like, help yourselves out. There's the outdoor kitchen. They had bunk beds in a room. They had a dome with DJs playing. Mm-hmm. And I walked by and I peeked in and I was like, I'm probably airing out way too much, but I don't give a fuck. I walked by the dome and I like peeked in through the door. I was like, oh, it's just the 3 DJs playing. There's no one like dancing in there, you know? And I like peek in and the DJs behind the booth, one of them just takes the fattest key bump of something. And he's just like, ugh. And I'm like, all right, I guess they're having fun. So I walk around and Mark Smalls is with us. Mm-hmm. And Mark Smalls looks like their god. Like his hair is kind of dreadlocking.
He's the god of nudists and motorcycle clubs.
Yes, and like tech party guys with drugs.
Totally.
So the owner comes up, or I guess he's a co-owner.
Sure.
Fucking cut, open shirt, Asian dude, party bucket hat, holding a bottle in 1942, just forcing shots to all of us. And he's like, you want a shot? You want a shot? And then he takes us.
You said yes.
And we're like, where do we go hang out before the show? He actually didn't offer me one, which I was kind of bummed. Mark, of course, their god, is like half dreadlocked. He's like, yeah, I'll do one, man. I'll be polite. Shows us the dorm we have with like beds. And he's like, here you guys go to hang out. And we're like, oh, we're not staying the night. We're just here. And he goes, you don't want it? There's an energy vortex on the other side of the mountain, dude. Free orgasms all night. And Mark was like, free what?
What? Excuse me?
And he's not looking at any of us. He's looking at Mark. And so then we walk out, and Mark goes, I am not these people. I am not these people. And as he's saying it, or no, he goes, these are not my people. These are not my people. Trying to tell us. Right. And one guy goes, Mark. The guy loves Mark Smalls. And then
he's like
Mark's
a fan.
Or he did a Don't Tell show before.
Got it.
So we all hang out, and then everyone's like, we're going up to the show in a little bit. So we just go straight to the show. We're like, we're going to hang out by the stage where no one is.
Yeah.
They show up to watch the best audience, of course. Right. Every Don't Tell show is like the most fun.
Yeah.
They were so great, so into it. And Mark goes up towards the end. And first of all, the owner makes an...
Mark didn't go last?
Mark went last.
Okay. I was going to say, at this point, he's got to.
He has to headline. He's their hero. The owner goes up to do like, sometimes people who host a show want to do like a little stand-up, but they're really just making announcements.
Yeah.
He's like, welcome to my place. It's funny, crazy story. Me and my buddy Ryan were like, dude, I think we're going to buy this place. It's fucking dope. Around the corner is an energy vortex. Like, be sure to go check that out. It's fucking beautiful. It's like so good for you. The ancients used to do it. This place is like thousands of years old. He goes, a lot of the land over there is BLM, which is Bureau of Land Management. I was like, is this Black Lives Matter land? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, party, fucking drink, like whatever you guys want, it's here. And the degenerate in me is like, I think I'm staying the night. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, his girlfriend gets up. She's like, can I just make like a few like real announcements? And she's like, the speed limit is 5 miles an hour. So just keep in mind that like critters and animals are here. And he goes, there's no fucking critters. There are critters. And she's like, there are critters. And they're like divorcing. Like,
they're
as
fighting
the show
over
starts.
critters.
You can see their relationship coming to an end.
It's great.
So we go up, and then Mark gets on stage. Of course, Mark's like, dude, I'm not turning the car off after this show. Like, we're driving out of here, Zach. Right. I'm like, let's just have dinner.
It's so funny. I talked to Emily about this show, and she was just like, Mark hated every second of it, and Zack was like, "I never want to leave."
I'm like, I think I'm
so
moving here.
I'm glad.
And so Mark's like, Zack, no, I've seen how this ends. And of course, they just love. Mark's like, everyone's offering me drugs. I'm like, no one's fucking offering me drugs. Am I dressed weird? Do I look like a cop?
It's just the paradox that is being a comic.
I know.
You never get what you want.
Totally.
No matter what it is.
So Mark is freaking out because he forgot to text his girlfriend that he's alive and there's no service there. So he's like, we got to get back to a freeway.
Right. He's in trouble.
He's in trouble. And so he performs. The owner, gets up and puts a blanket over Mark's shoulders.
During the set?
Because
he looks cold? He does look ill. He does. Mark Smalls, the comedian.
He's like 90 pounds.
Yeah.
So he puts a blanket over him, gives him another shot of Don Julio, and Mark proceeds to like joke about this guy.
He must be roasting him. That's what Mark does.
Kind of, but like not like too maliciously.
Yeah.
He's just like, this guy's fucking convincing me to go take me back to the energy vortex. He's like, free orgasms all night. And the girlfriend was like, you got like something like, you have got to stop telling people that. Why are you saying that? And so then he goes up to Mark after the show. He's like, why'd you tell everyone I said that? And Mark was like, is that a problem? You could have pretended like it was a joke. So yeah, they pulled me away, and it was funny. My set was like joking about how my wife's like the straight-laced person, and I'm like the party guy. And so they pulled me away, and I'm like, they're making tacos. Mark's like, we're getting in and out. Get in the fucking car, Zack. No. And I'm like, oh, just for an hour. Like, let me do some ketamine, and then I'll enjoy the ride home. And then they're like, no. And they drive off. They drive me off. And on the way, we're like an hour outside of LA. And I'm like, thanks for getting me home.
Right.
And Mark goes, fuck, man, is this what it's like being your wife? This is exhausting.
Oh, that's good. That's true. That's real.
Poor wife. Shout out my wife. Shout out my comedy wife, Mark Smalls. Don't tell comedy. Always a good time.
Always a good time. Oh, man. That was a banger.
Yeah, thank you.
I liked it.
Thanks, man.
All right, man.
Let's go camping soon.
Let's do it.
I have a place in mind.
What is an energy vortex?
I don't know.
We got to figure it out.
No one would tell me.
I did hear you there.
They're like, we'll tell Mark.
Is the free orgasms just if you're a performer, or is that for everyone?
So the way he said it made it sound like we're going to do an orgy. Right. But then like when the girlfriend got mad, it's like, I'm going to fuck you, dude.
Yeah, it's just me and you fucking, bro.
She's like, we're going to lose this place if you keep promising to fuck her again.